Hi, welcome. I'm Candy Michael from Powell, Ohio, and I am thrilled you are here today. Thanks for joining me. Stampin' Up! Is having a great designer series paper sale starting tomorrow, October 1st, and going through the end of the month. And I'm going to be showing you a couple of cute candy treats that you can use, excuse me, with some of our designer series paper. Not all of them are on sale, but several of them are. Let me grab a couple here to show you which ones I'll be using. So I'll show them as I go along. And what I want to start with is I'm going to do a holiday, like a Christmas one. Actually, two Christmas and one that is Halloween. So let me go ahead and get started. Thanks again for joining me. I have been running around trying to get all this together, so I apologize as I take a deep breath and just say, it's all good. I've got this. Okay. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying this cooler weather here in Ohio. My goodness, it went from summer to fall overnight. So I'm not complaining. I do love the change of the seasons, especially the fact I'm from California. So that was something I did not grow up with. And I just love any of the holidays, season changes, and fall is one of my favorite seasons. Hi, Dee Dee. How are you today? Thank you. Happy Wednesday to you too. Okay, so I'm looking around to make sure I have everything in front of me because I want to make sure that I cut that last piece. All right, so I'm going to show you this really fun, oops, that one's not cut, this fun little project that I came up with. And the first one I'm going to show you, I'm going to kind of go just in Candy's order, which means it can be any of the above. Let me cut this one piece because I forgot to cut it for you. So I can walk you through and show you exactly how it all goes. All right, so I started with this darling little pattern paper, and this, of course, is our, make sure I get the right name, Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. This paper pack it's actually really unique to some of the papers that I've seen in the past that we've had. They chose a lot of the blues and a little bit of our green. I'll have to look and see which one that is. And I know we have a little bit of the heather color in here too. There it is, little bit of the heather. Hi, Linda. Oh, good. I'm glad you like treat projects. But this paper, you guys, is gorgeous. And it's just a perfect weight. So I'm going to play and show you today what you can do with all of that paper you have. And if you need more paper, like I said, it starts a sale tomorrow and it'll be 15% off. Not all of them, but a very, very big majority of them. And I have the post ready to go, but it's not starting until tomorrow. So it'll post tomorrow with which ones that will be on the sale. So let me catch my breath here. So I'm going to start with showing you how I created this cute little treat. So on the inside, I made this one open up with a little bag in the middle, and voila, for any of you M&M lovers, I thought this was the perfect size. So, you know, you could put money in here, you could put even some jewelry, but anything that's small would fit in here because it's a gusseted bag and it will fit a little bit more. But gift cards, you could even put a cute little tag or a card yourself in there. So let me show you how I did this. Again, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my website before I start, candystampers.com. And today with this host code, I will be closing it out tonight at 9 o'clock. So I need to go ahead and close that out because starting tomorrow starts a Stampin' Up! New Year for anyone that's a demonstrator. And I want to close out this month. So that's my host code. I'll be moving that out of the way here in just a minute. Alrighty, so what I did was I cut my cardstock at 4 inches by 12. So it's a 12-inch piece of paper. You can make these out of cardstock as well, but the designer paper tends to be a lot more flexible, so that's why I chose this one. So you're going to cut it at 4 inches wide, 12 inches long. You're going to score it at 5 1/4, and then score again at 10 1/2. So that gives you your, excuse me, your middle piece and your top. Get that frog out of my throat. All right. And then I made this template, and I'll show you how I did it. And I made a template so that it would be easier to cut when I do each one. So all I did was I took my template once I had it cut, and excuse me, you guys, and I just put it right up against there. You can draw a line and take your template away, whatever works easiest for you. I'm kind of a no frills and I just go for it. So this is what I did. Now, if you had trouble and you cut one at like your first one and you didn't have a template, all you have to do, hi Lisa, thank you. All you have to do is once you cut this off would be to flip to the other side and you would get that same exact cut, just so you know. All right, now I'm going to show you how I scored it. Move all my stuff out of the way. I love our score tool. If you don't have one, I'm telling you, I use this every single day. It is the best tool that we have, and it gets a lot of love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 5 1/4 and again at 10 1/2. So normally I would score it first and then, excuse me, I would do the cuts, because obviously then you'd be able to line it up to that score line there. So once I did that, and I did this same one on every one of these projects. So we're going to be just kind of going through a couple different ways that you can decorate the outside, and of course with different themes. So we're simply going to just fold along our score line and fold down along our score line. And then these two, that one looks a little bit longer. Let me trim that. It should have just nested in there, but of course, when you go live, it's not going to, right? So let's see. I just cut a teeny bit off, so now it will fit. But it should. I know when I did the other ones, they did fit. All right, next what I'm going to do is use these darling bags we have. And these bags are the Mosaic gusseted bags. Those are found in our holiday August to December catalog. Stampin' Up! Has had the cutest bags, our little cello bags. So it's found in this catalog. And if you don't have one, we're going all the way through the very beginning of January, like right into the new year. So if you need a catalog, let me know. I'm happy to send you one. So these bags, and I love how Stampin' Up! Has given us like a little index in the back here to show you where everything is. So on page 60 is where you'll find those cellophane bags. They're super cute. So the size of these are 4 inches wide by 7 inches tall. And what I needed to do was either cut it down, so this is what it would look like, or fold it over, which is an option, but I just didn't want it to be super bulky. That's how I started out doing it, but it really did give me too much bulk at the top. So Casey, if you're watching, I cut this bag down starting at this end. I cut it down to 5 1/8. You can cut it down to 5 inches. It'll be fine. And it'll go right inside this bag, or right inside the DSP. And if you wanted it to be just the 5 inches, that gives you a little more playroom, because you'll just need to come in between your two score lines. Okay, if that makes sense. So I literally did 5 1/8. 5 inches will work too. I know not everybody likes cutting the 8s. All right, so let me show you how I put this together. This was super fun, and I'm gonna move my bags out of the way here. And just playing with all of this stuff to come up with some projects for you guys. is always a challenge, but this one was really fun. I totally enjoyed it. So I'm using our tearable tape. And as many of you hear me say it, I love it because it is tearable, as in I can tear it. So I call it the tearable tape. And it's my favorite. Super strong, and it will hold anything. It'll hold your cellophane bags. It'll hold boxes together. It's really, really nice and strong. So I really don't need one at the bottom. I can put just a little bit if I want, but it's not necessary. But I'll do it just because. So our little tool here will help me split that off, because sometimes my nails aren't very long and sometimes they just can't get underneath and they want to pull all the tape also. So I saw somebody else do this on a live and I thought, man, what a great tip. And I think Ida, I think you mentioned that to me too, if you're watching today. So next what I did is it's very sticky, so this part you have to really, really be careful, because once it's on, it's not going anywhere. So I line this up. Now you could, if some of your designer paper might be a little bit hard to see because of the design of the paper. So what you could do is you could take, this is a good little cheat. You could take, and even when you're scoring, you could do this, but you can score it because this is the inside, nobody's gonna see it. And you can give yourself those score lines. So I know sometimes I struggle when I do projects that I really can't see those score lines, but, well, I shouldn't have done that one because that one you'll see. But, but I did, so we'll work with that. I'll show you the one I didn't do, but anyway, you can do it with pencil too if you need to. It gives you just an idea of where you're working. All right, so here's my sticky bag. I am going to take this and just line it up at the bottom. Make sure I'm straight, because, hi Stephanie from Henderson, Nevada. Nice to see you're on. All right, you guys, so that part's on. It's definitely not going anywhere. So next, I originally did it and I had it so it would just open up. If you had like a really cute card and you wanted that showing, or a cute tag, you can do that. That is another option for you, is just not to put any other tape on this side. But I am going to tape it down. But I had, when I first did it, I didn't tape it down. And then I thought, well, I liked it better taped. So you have a lot of options. That's the nice thing about stamping and crafting, is there are so many different ideas and options, and you can make a twist on it and make it something very different, right? So with that, I will put, just to anchor it on there, but I guarantee this is not going anywhere. So we'll go ahead and put a piece there too. So now this simply just folds up. Just like that. And then this will fold down. Isn't that cool? Yay! I hope you guys like that. This is a really fun project. All right, now look. Your bag is, when it opens, it's just all stuck together like that. And you really don't see that tape. You see my pen line that I drew, but you really don't see the tape there. So it's kind of nice because you can put all sorts of stuff in there. Give me some ideas of what you think might fit. I know some type of candy, and I have M&Ms in mine, but sometimes when I ask, you guys come up with some really fun ideas. I don't know. This is what I did, was M&Ms. Yum. I might have to eat those after this. All right, let me finish so I can show you how I put it all together. So I have a piece of, I did die cut out my little snowflakes because I didn't want to sit there and have to poke everything out. So I just did it ahead of time. But I will be doing some die cutting on our new machine so you guys can all see it. In case you don't have one or haven't seen it yet, you're going to want it. All right, these are the dies that I used, and these are called the So Many Snowflake dies. We could just say so many flakes, right? That's what I kept calling it. And to my head, I kept saying so many flakes, and then I had to go back and read it because I didn't want to mislead you. So many snowflakes. These dies are awesome. I used a couple of the smaller ones. Here, I'll bring it back. So I used this one and this one because they are the smaller ones that worked well for this particular project. I stamped with the Night of Navy ink, and I did use, let me pull this over, the Snowflake Wishes. So this was the whole bundle with the snowflake dies and the stamp set. And I did use the Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. And, oops, I did also use the little snowflakes. I was playing with it, trying to put this together, and when I stamped the words, it looked really cute, but it was missing something. Earrings, Dina, that is a great idea. Oh, great idea. Earrings, maybe jewelry, yeah. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to simply stamp my flaky words. Yay! I love this blue. Of course I do. I love anything blue, right, guys? I'm always telling you that, but it's true. I don't know what I would do if Stamp It Up took any blues out of here. I keep hoping they bring back more and more and more. All right, the next I'm going to use our Highland Heather, and this is some of the color that's in the designer paper right here. So there's just a hint, and I thought that would be very cool to add just a little bit of that color on here. So lightly tap your stamp pad. You do not need to smash it. It's a light tap, and that's all you need. Look, that's all you need. All right, now I do love having paper under me because that way I don't get it all over the place. Now, I probably should have done my banner before I did all this, but that's all right. We're just going to do this, right? We're just going to make it all work. So my banner, what I did was I used the, there is a bundle called the Banner Year, and this is the punch that goes with that bundle. And I'm going to look up the name really quickly because it is a great punch. It's called Banners Pick-a-Punch. Some of the names they come up with are pretty funny. So there's different sizes. We have 1, 2, 3 different sizes that you can cut your paper to go in. So you simply just push it in. I don't know why I don't set it down. Might make it a little bit easier. But you're going to just push it in and then, oopsie, make sure it's flat. I do sometimes turn it over just to make sure that, because this piece I cut a little bit larger, wider, I should say, than 1 inch apparently, because it's just not fitting right. So sometimes I will go just under that mark on my cutter. So it's not exactly 1 inch, but just shy of it. Okay, and now I have my cute little banner for all my flaky friends. Okay, so when I was putting this together, I just felt like it needed a little more. I know it has a lot going on with the background, but you guys, what I found that I had in my drawer, these are our square vellum doilies. These are really, really pretty. And so I figured I'd go ahead and use these on here as well. So before I put that down, I'm going to lay this down using my favorite Tombow monoliquid glue. So on this one, you want to make sure eventually my dimensionals will help hold this down, but I do want to just anchor right in the middle here and just put a little bit of glue. Are you serious? My goodness. I do have a pin. It's usually right in the bottle. If you leave it open too long, it will kind of get a little glue ball. So I got rid of it. All right, so I'm just going to put some little dots. My banner will cover the glue, so you won't be able to really see it. That is the nice thing here. And I just need it to kind of be anchored down. Better come up just a little bit. So on the back of my banner, I'm going to use, I did 3 dimensionals. And the reason I did that, you probably want to anyway, it's a little bit long. You don't want it to be saggy in the middle. No saggy banners. But I also wanted it to adhere that vellum piece down. So no saggy banners. And to fix my dilemma here with my vellum. So it's a little harder to see, but I'm telling you, it did add quite a bit to this. So I like it. It needed a few flakes for some of my flaky friends. And what I did was just cut out the smallest ones. And oops, hopefully that's not too much glue. And with this glue, you can literally just put a tiny bit or a lot wherever you need it, or it can stick to your fingers and come away. Stay. And then I added a little bit of heather, another pretty little flake. Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. Don't mind the woman behind the curtain. All right, here we go. I'll fix that glue dot later, my dot of glue. For now, it's fine because you guys, it will erase. If you let it just dry instead of trying to smear it, it'll just get an eraser and a little glue eraser and it'll come off. Okay, so lastly, what I did here was I wanted this snowflake to be somewhere at the top. I wanted a larger one, but I was kind of having a hard time coming up with how I wanted to close my bag. So I decided, using these same colors that I'm using, the heather and the night of navy, to just glue down a flake right on the front. And I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of this because I'm going to show you what I did. This, if you see, I'm going to have that under the camera, hopefully. This is my closure. So now I can just tuck my flap under and let that close itself, and I don't have it to have a little fuss there. I've just fixed it. It'll stay, and it'll hold everything down. So my suggestion of what you'll want to do here is you want to make sure your dimensionals don't close your little flap there, of course. So this was how I figured would be the easiest way to know exactly where I want those dimensionals. So I just put them down there and then popped this in the middle. And now I have my piece that'll close my flap. My flap closer, let's call it that. It's my new flap closer. You know, I could come up with a lot of different words. And I normally do. My husband's always laughing at me. He's like, I have no idea where that comes from. And truthfully, I don't either. So I used our Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And I thought, you know what? This calls for an XL jewel. In my opinion, this is like the big mama of the jewel gems here. So I'm going to put that right there. And voila, what do you think? Isn't that cute? You guys, you could do these for parties, birthdays, graduations. You could do tons of different things. And again, I wanted to show you this because our designer series paper sale starts tomorrow, 15% off. And there's, gosh, several packs that are on sale. Let me see if I can count them really quick. Yeah. 15 is what I counted. Very slowly, but okay, so there's my first one. And again, in this one, I have some M&Ms in case you missed that. So here's project number 1. Woohoo! So I'll slide that one off to the side. So my next one, which one do I want? Christmas or Halloween? I'm going to show you Halloween because this was actually, well, the last 2 are my favorites. I like the snowflake, but these coming up, I don't know how many favorites you can have. I guess you can have more than one because I do. I have a lot of favorites. All right. I'm going to show you what it looks like done. And then we're going to walk through how you put this one together. Hi, Sandy. I'm going to show you how I put this together. But some of you might remember the old clip of the witch's hat. It's a clothespin, a mini clothespin. Whoa, a mini clothespin. And it was done a long time ago using our glimmer paper, and I didn't want to use it. I don't even know if we have I know we don't have a lot, maybe only the red now, but I wanted to use it just using cardstock. So look how cute. You guys, I'm going to show it to you first, and then I'm going to show you how I did it. So again, I used the vellum on the front, and our little witch's hat. I will teach you how to make that in case you haven't done it. This is using our Halloween paper, and I will look up the name of that. But ooh la la, look what's inside. Some Hershey chocolate bars. That's what these are. And they fit perfectly. I put 2 in and it laid down pretty flat. So let me get the name of this paper because I do have it in front of me. Oh my goodness. Stampin' Up! Does have quite the eye with this paper. So this one is called Magic in the Night. This one is also on sale. Little spiders. There's double-sided paper, of course, and I'll just flip through them. Some kind of interesting, these black flowers. Any of these papers will work really great with the project that we're doing. So this is the one I used with the bats. But really, you guys, any of these will work. Their orange that they used is Cajun. Falling apart here. And then they used a blue in there. And there's the other side. Very cool, huh? I do like this paper. It's very unusual. And I like the black and white flowers. I thought they were kind of cool. So that blue it's actually the pretty peacock. So it's that bluish green color. Nice. So you can make a ton of these treats because you can make 3 out of 1 sheet of designer paper. Okay. So you cut these at 4 inches, and if it's 12 inches, you'll get 3 this size. So then you can cut them down. So let me show you what I did. You ready? All right, we are going to score this again. I'm going to walk you through that one, and it'll be quick. We're going to, it's cut at 4 by 12. We're going to score it at 5 1/4 and score it at 10 1/2. I'd made that mistake earlier, so I redid it, and I showed you the wrong side. So score at 5 1/4 and 10 1/2. Oh boy. And you know, we all make mistakes. I'm okay with that. And I don't mind saying I do, because I do. Next, I'm going to cut my top. So like I said, I made this template so that I can either use a pencil or just hold it up and cut. And I just found this to be the easiest way. So what I was saying before is, if you don't have a template and you're really great about just going and cutting, you can take this piece that you cut off and just flip it. And then you're going to put it here, and then your sides will be even. Did you know you could do that? Somebody showed me that trick a long time ago, making a tag. So I thought that was fun, and I would share that with you. So let me see if I can cut in this direction, because it's not really what I would be doing, but hey, why not? So there, it should be pretty even. Alrighty. So here, this paper, like I said, it was really a pretty color, and it's the Cajun paper, Cajun color, I should say, that they used on here. So see, that one folded right. I must have scored something wrong on that other one that I had to cut a little piece off. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to decorate the front, and then I'm going to teach you how to make the little clip in case you've not made one before or haven't seen it. Another shout out that I want to give is Stampin' Up! Has black dimensionals, and they're in the big catalog or annual catalog, and they're a combo pack. So if you did not know this, when you're using darker projects, like some people are scrapbooking with maybe navy or a dark gray or black cardstock, you can use these dimensionals just as easily as the white ones, but they won't pop out as much. So they're actually black. I will show you because we'll use one, and they're kind of cool. So it kind of hides your project a little bit, or your dimensionals. So you get the minis, 2 sheets of those, and then you get a bigger sheet. So three of them, 3 sheets come with it. All right, I wanted to just let you know because that's kind of a hidden gem, and I love coming across that and using them when I need them. Okay, the framelits dies that I used are called the Ornate Frames dies. And I ended up using this one. It was the perfect size. I am so excited. Stampin' Up! Has given us a lot of different sizes of little framelits to use, little dies to use for our words. And I'm telling you, I've used these quite a bit and several other ones that we have. They're just perfect. So this is the Ornate Frames die. And what I did, I have all my little pieces here. Let me dump them out. So I went ahead and already cut that out. This piece, and next I have my 1 inch by 4 inches long for my banner again. I did this so that it would just have a little color on the front. This, there we go. Hey, that one should fit in there straight. I do love this punch. I've been using it quite a bit. And I'm doing a class on Saturday, a Zoom class, in case you missed that. But I'm very excited. I'm doing the Banner Year bundle with Mindy Gray. She and I are hosting it together. So we're very excited. Okay. So here's my banner. The nice ease of the punch. You can always cut it yourself, but why cut it when I have a punch, right? All right, so I want to put down my banner, and then I'm going to use these cool vellum pieces again. And on this, I just want to make sure that I'm not up too high. So I will glue down flat my black little banner piece. Put that down. Probably about there. I just kind of do that. I'm terrible at measuring. Yep, that'll work. And then I will add my little vellum. And I found out on here that the banner will hide my glue, so I don't have to worry too much about that. And I just need it to kind of hang there until I put down some dimensionals. So I'm going to stamp my cute little ornate banner piece as soon as I locate my stamps, but I found them. So I did Happy Haunting, and this block looks good. We'll use this one, get a little bit of that heather ink off of there. And then I have Cajun ink for this one because I wanted it to match that designer series paper there. So I have my Happy Haunting, and I need a little boo. A little boo I thought was cute. So I'll keep this off to the side for a second. All right, my Cajun ink is, let me see if it's on the other table. I don't see it. Oh, it's right here. And along with, it was under my black one, my black ink pad. I'm okay. So I'm going to use Cajun ink and just do a quick tap, tap, tap. And sometimes I'll stamp it off just to make sure it's inking right and that I have it where I want it. Simply do your Happy Haunting. I'm going to push it up a little bit to the top so I have room for my boo. Okay, that was a quick stamp. Now my Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad for my little boo. So cute. So this is from the Banner Year stamp set. And this is what goes along with that punch I've been using, that banner punch. It's awesome. So now I just need to do a little boo, and I'll ink that. I do like our ink pads. This one's a linen pad, and you just have to give it a little more ink. And we'll just do a little boo. Isn't that adorable? Okay, those colors are done. And I will slide this out of my road. So now all I need to do is pop this up, and having, like I said, having my vellum on there, this is going to help hold that down. So let's use one of these black dimensionals I was just telling you about. These are super cool, and they are colored all the way through. So I just think Stampin' Up! Hit that out of the ballpark, because some projects that you work on, you don't want those little white dimensionals popping through there. So this is pretty cool. Alrighty, here we go. Now we have our tag. We've dressed this up. It's funny, you guys, when I was working on this, I just had the tag, and I had this tag and the banner, and it just was floating on here. It looked really funny. So I wanted to add something more, and this vellum piece was just perfect. Okay, let's do our little bag in the middle, because lastly, I'm going to show you how to do that. So the bag in the middle, where are my bags? They're getting buried. Again, I cut it at 5 1/8 or 5 inches, because the bag is 4 by 7 when you buy them. So you do need to cut that down. So I thought this was super cute. Again, you can put gift cards in here. You can put money. Everybody loves money. You could put a picture of yourself. Wouldn't that be funny? I should do that to my boys. I'll send them a picture of me inside it. They'd be like, what is this? Gee, thanks, Mom. Oh, but money's good. Dina mentioned earrings or jewelry. I thought that was good. Good ideas. Anybody else have ideas? Let me stand up here. Hi, Mo. Nice to see you. Oops. Let me get that little piece here. Come on. There we go. Now it's working with me. Again, I love this terrible tape because it's terrible, and I don't have to pick my scissors up and put them down and pick them up and put them down. So when you're doing a project like this or a box or something, it really is nice to not have to pick those up and put them down. All right, so I want to make sure I put the bag in the right way, because that would be my luck. So again, you want to come down to your score line down here, and I want to make sure it's in on the sides, so that looks pretty good. It's going to open that way. I can fold this down, and when I'm all done, we're going to just put our cute little clip on there. Oh, it's getting there. I like it. All right, on this one, again, you can either put more tape or you can just leave it. It depends on what you want to put in here. So I'm going to leave it for now so you guys don't have to watch me tape again. But that's what I did, was I did tape it all up. So let's move on to the little clip, because these are so cute. These were done, like I said, years ago, and I know they're out there online. And I have a whole strand of them that I did for all my craft fairs, and we would make cute bags and then clip them on top. And I came across them the other day, and I went, oh my gosh, that would be perfect. And then when Stampin' Up! Did this DSP sale, I thought, well, here we go. So that's how I chose what I'm working with today. All right, what am I looking for? Oh, my clip. I just have to stop talking so I can show you guys. Oh, I have it right here. Now I have two. All right, so what I did was I cut my triangles. I cut them at 1.5 inch wide, and then you just want to cut them up at, so it's 2 inches. So you want to make sure your paper is at least 1.5 inch by 2. And then you can just come up to the middle. I sometimes fold the paper in the middle and then just cut. I did run this through our embossing folder, and it was the Subtles embossing folder, which I'm going to try to show you on here. It's hard to see because it's very subtle. But I went ahead and ran those pieces through with the subtle embossing folder. And then what you need here is you need your circle dies. So you want to use a die that is about 1 inch there. And then I believe this one is about 2.5 inches. And so I used our circle dies. I laid them out like this and ran them through the cutting machine. Okay. And then that gave me this. Voila. See? There it is. So I also ran this through the embossing folder. So a big tip here is you want to do all your embossing after you've cut, because if you're die cutting out, if I emboss this and then die cut it out, it works like an iron and it would have just flattened all of this out. So I would have had to do it again. So die cut first and then you do your embossing folder. Okay. And that way it won't iron out your project. So with this, you can do this 2 different ways to make this. You can use the tearable tape and put it on here, or you can use glue dots. So the glue dots work very well. They literally are so strong. So I'm just going to use glue dots so I can teach you how to do this. So it doesn't really matter how low can you go? But you do want to make sure that your clip is somewhat hidden. And what I mean by that is from the top of the triangle. So I want to come down right about there. Hopefully that's in the center. I had to stand up here to see. So I have one side done. Now I'm going to do the other. And again, with just some glue dots. I did these 2 different ways. I used the sticky or the tearable tape, and that worked. I also used this glue to do this, but this moved around and it took time for it to dry. So for us today, I thought, oops, I didn't want to put that down that low. Well, I need it down there later, but that really wasn't where I wanted it. But for today, I didn't want to have to sit here and wait for it to dry. So let me go ahead and put this on. You just somewhat want to eyeball it, line it up so it's somewhat even with the other one. I will need glue there anyway. Okay, so now here's my circle. And what I'm going to do with this is you're going to put it across right onto the top. Does that make sense? So you have your circle. It's going to go right onto the top. And I do need a glue dot there, but I'm going to add another one. I do not want this coming apart. Hi, Maki. Nice to see you. So let me go ahead and leave this down. So you want to have your little loop around there and then come just over the top of that and press it down. Okay. And then we're going to do the other side as well. So you can probably find it to be easier to put it right on your glue dot. I mean, put your glue dot right onto your clip. Sorry, I didn't eat lunch, and I'm kind of goofy. All right, here we go. Now I'm just going to take this and press it down. And look how cute. You have your little hat, your little witch's hat. Now, that's how I did that. So I was really struggling with a ribbon to use. And I went back and looked through the book and realized that in that suite, the Halloween suite, we have this really, really cool ribbon. Let's see if I can show it to you a little bit better. It is so pretty. And it's awfully wide. So I'm going to show you what I did. I cut the ribbon at 8 inches. So I just simply took, and you guys can cut whatever size you want. I definitely give myself more length than what I need. I've learned that from my good friend Mindy, because if you skimp on it, you're really going to struggle. So I did cut this piece when I did it. No, not on this one, another one that I had. But I found that I didn't need to do that. You can just fold this over like in thirds. That worked the best for me. because it was too wide and that was about what I wanted it. So I really don't have to cut it. And I'm just simply going to tie a bow. I say that now. Let's see how easy it is. So by doing this, oops, this ribbon is just a little bit funky to work with, but look at that. So you don't even have to cut it. Just kind of roll it up. Hopefully you find that as a good tip because it definitely worked well for me. See? Then you can fluff your bow and then you can cut whatever you need to cut. Any way you want to cut it is okay with me. And then a glue dot is all I needed to secure this on. And here she has her cute little hat. And now her cute bow. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so with this one, what I did when we were all done was I took, this is the one I finished. So the one I finished earlier, I did tape on the front of the baggie so that I could just have it open this way. Again, you don't have to, and you can have the whole flap open. Totally up to you. You could even put a message here and put a white, I didn't even think of that. You could put a white insert here and write your whole message. So there are so many different ways to make this a card/gift. So that would be very cute. I cut these by 3 and, I had it written down, but 2 3/4 wide. It depends on your candy bar, obviously, by 3.5 inches, I believe. And then I just wrapped it around. And I do love using this like a very clear tape so you can't even see. But I wrapped it with some of the other paper that I had left over from this. And look how nicely they fit. I might be able to put 3 in there, but you know what? Then I wouldn't have one to eat after this is over, so I'm only putting 2. Sorry if this gift is for you, but I'm sharing. I'm being nice. And then this just folds down and your cute little witch hat clip just clips right on. Oh, I hope you like that one. I have one more to show you, and it's the same bag, same idea, but it is so adorable. Oh, one thing I want to show you. I did not put any embossing on this one. So it's just nice and just cardstock. And then this one, you could see a little bit of the subtle embossing folder. So either one works. If you're on a time crunch, then just do cardstock. Super fast, super easy, you guys. Okay, my last project. I hope you love it. Oh, thanks, Dina. Isn't it adorable? I know those have been out for a while, but you know, old is new, so maybe you haven't seen it and you're as excited. Even though I've seen it, I'm excited to make it. Okay, last one. And I'm going to be working with the Trimming the Town Trimming the Town suite. But that designer series paper is called... Oh, I have it right here in front of me. And it is called Trimming the Town Designer Series paper. What do you know? It's on page 25, and we're going to be using this bundle. I'm not actually going to use this stamp in here. It doesn't have any words, so I'm using the Itty Bitty Christmas with this. But I do want to tell you guys that with every stamp set of the Coming Home bundle, for every stamp set that's sold, and that does include the bundle, Stampin' Up! Is donating $3 from each stamp set to charities, it says here, that are devoted to adoption, foster care, and infertility. So they want to make a difference, and I just think that's very cool that they're doing that. This paper is so cute, and I do have a class that I'm going to be offering this month. So if you're not on my email list, you want to go to candystampers.com and get on my email list for my classes, because everything can be mailed, so it can be sent to your house as well if you're not nearby to pick it up. You do pay a mailing fee, but you guys, it's worth it. This will be like a little mini scrapbook that I already have made. I just have to post all the pictures, but it's perfect because the designer series paper is on sale. So it'll be great for you. All right. This one I did not put together yet. I wanted to build it while I was online with you. So I do have the designer paper. This is what it looked like. It's the cute little houses and some more flakes. I like flakes. So this paper is adorable. Let me see. I'm not sure this is a full pack, but I can at least pull some of it out to show you. Whoopsie, hello. There's a lot of scraps. They're now all over my floor. Well, anyway, this is the one front sheet, and it is so cute. And the dies that they have will fit some of these houses. Maybe not on this particular sheet, but cute paper, you guys. Cute, cute, cute. This goes well also with the gnomes. And I love the red, the polka dot there. It reminds me of a Disney page or something. And of course, blue. These houses, I know the dies will fit onto these houses. So they come out really nicely. And actually the trees also will fit. So these dies are pretty good size. And I love that Stampin' Up! Paired them all up with this. Okay. And this one has a lot of different words on it. So you can cut those out. You can decorate with them. You can make a cute page. Cute cards. So I've already gone ahead and made a mess. I've already gone ahead and cut this. Again, my measurements, 4 by 12, scored it 5 1/4, 10 1/2, put it down, and I cut my little top there. So with this one, I'm going to take my bag and we're going to add it in here. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to decorate the front of this one. This one was super cute, so don't go away yet. I have another darling clip to show you that's going to be the enclosure for the top. So you have to hang in there because you are not going to want to miss it. Just saying. All right, so I'm going to, you know what, we'll just decorate the front. You guys know that this is going to go in here like that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and decorate the front because I know it's getting late here, and I want to show you guys this darling project. Again, my dies. I'm going to use the little snow hill. We'll call it a snowy hill. And I was going to bring my machine out, but I did already die cut these, so I will just show you. Super cute. I cut my paper down at 4 inches and then just put my die on there and cut it out. I was trying to get a bigger slope, and on one piece I cut it like that, and my trees look like they're sliding down the hill. So I didn't want to landslide, so I had to recut everything. And it's all good now. We're safe. All right, so with this one, I'm going to simply just glue this down. Super cute. Like I said, the project that I'm coming up with is going to be a little scrapbook. And any of you guys that love that type of stuff are going to love my little project. Okay, so glue that down, and then they do have another die here that is just a slope. You can use that one. And then I'm going to glue this onto the front. So when I glue this down, I want to be careful not to put glue up here because I'm going to add in a house. And I don't want to, I want to be able to slide the house in behind it. So let me do this. Hey, I need you to move there. There we go. So my house I had already die cut, and I'm going to just put it right there. Look at how adorable. You guys, this I feel like this stamp set and bundle has been kind of missed. So I'm going to be showing you a lot of cute projects because I'm having a blast with it. Partly the colors, they just speak to me. So here's our little snowy hill. I'm going to stamp. Oh, I can use this scrap. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my words and get all that put together. So I used Itty Bitty Christmas, And oh my gosh, this has a ton of different sayings. On this one, I used Happy Christmas. So they're cute, they're smaller, and I just need something small to fit right here. So I'm going to use the Poppy Parade ink. In this paper pack, Poppy Parade is the reddish color that they're using. And you know, I don't use it that often, and it's really cute. It's a very vibrant, pretty color. So I'm going to just stamp my words. Look at how pretty that font is. I talk a lot about the fonts because that's what people want, and they're just beautiful. All right, that one's done. So I used our this label punch. I didn't write the name down, but it's this little label punch, and I'm going to punch out Happy Christmas. And this, I'm literally going to just pop it up. And you know those, I know it's white snow, but I didn't bring my mini dimensionals over, so these are going to work for me. I'm going to use the little tiny black dimensionals and just pop this up because it'll still work. It's very sticky and will do the job I need it to do. Okay, hopefully. Oh, that's not very straight. My eyes must be cross-eyed or something. There, so far so good. All right, now the clip. This is the clip that will end the whole thing here. So you definitely want to watch this because it's super, super cute. Okay, let me get ready here. So with this, what we're going to do next is we are going to use our Poppy Parade cardstock, and I'm going to run it through the embossing folder with the new machine. Oh, sorry. I had to get that little grunt in there. So you need your platform. You need your boards. Look at that. I've been using it. Woohoo. So I'm going to just put my little triangles in there. Again, they're 1.5 across the bottom, 2 inches tall. And we're just going to crank those through. And we're going to have some super cute embossed snowflake pieces. Okay? So now that was the big da-dum that had to be done. You know, we're getting to the finale of the show here, so got to bring out the big guns. Okay, I have another clip, and this is what we're going to do. We are going to make the cutest little thing here. As soon as I see my glue dots, which are here, I'm going to use the glue dots. And I did find, like I said, that everything just stuck right where I need it to. So these are perfectly sticky enough to get the job done. We need to get the job done. So let me do one at a time because I don't want to mess this up. Here we go. Now, Marcia is going to be so excited that I'm using up my clips because Marcia's helping me. If you don't know, I'm going to be moving my studio back to my house. So Marcia's been helping me go through drawers, go through stuff, and she thinks I have like a clip fetish. And I think I do because I have a lot of them. But, oh my goodness, they come in so handy for these projects. So look, today I've used a couple of them. So Marcia, aren't you proud of me? I hope you're watching because you are going to be so proud that I brought out the clips. I'm not hoarding them. All right, what did I do with that white piece of paper that I had? My scrap. Seriously, Candace, what did you do with it? Oh, I found it. It's hiding. I'll use this one. So I'm going to punch out 2 of these out of our label punch. And I'm going to use these a little differently than you normally would. So I found years ago a tip again, I'm looking for my punch. So I'm going to try to stall. Well, I know it's here. But I found this tip that's a very cool tip. And if I can find the punch, aha, then I can show you. So these are our old, it's a retired punch. But really, any circle punch will work, and the smaller the better. So with this, first of all, this is very big, so I could just cut it, but I want to round the edge, and I was having trouble doing that on my own. So if you use your punch and stick it in, you might not round it very much, might need a smaller punch, but you see how it just gives it a little bit of an edge? And you can do that with different shapes and things like that. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't believe that that came out really good. About the right size. So you just want to round your edge. And if you're good with a pair of scissors, then you go for it. But I don't even want to show you what I tried doing earlier. But this was a fun tip that I learned a long time ago. And like I said, it could be for all sorts of different projects. So that's going to work perfectly for me. All right. I want to simply glue this on, and I'm going to kind of hold my breath here as I do this glue. And I just need a teeny bit. Oh, look at that. It just landed in the right spot even. Make sure that's somewhat straight. Okay, and then I'm going to hope I don't move it, because I'm now going to do the other side. It's almost like abracadabra. Sometimes I feel like that. Look at the magic show. And then we'll lay this one on. This one might be a little bit longer, but it won't matter. I can always slide it down. It is a little longer, but it's going to be on the back, so nobody will know. And right about there. Okay, isn't that cute? Do you guys know what it is? You might guess, because it kind of looks like what it is. Okay, lastly, I need a little bit of this glue. That's a lot, but that is what I need, because now I have a cute giant pom-pom that I'm going to put right there. And could that have been any bigger? Is that not adorable? You can shape your pom-pom later. But look, so now you know what that's for, right? Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. Well, I did one earlier that was red, so I'm going to bring that one in just to show you, because I'm afraid that one's going to fall apart. But here it's done, and you're just going to clip that on, and now you have these pieces are really big on this one. I should have cut them smaller like that, but hey, you get the idea. So I did it in red and realized I should have done it in poppy. So that's why I did this one in poppy. But I'm afraid, no, I'm not. I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it. Right, Dina? Just do it. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? So again, I'm going to show you my cute little bags. I will bring out the measurements, and all of that will be posted. And you guys have some fun ideas. I really, really hope that you sit down and make some of these yourself, because these are so adorable. And I'm hoping that you find some really cute projects or candy or whatever that needs to go in here. Like you said, jewelry, Dina. But oh my gosh, you guys, there's so much to share. So thank you for stopping by. Very quickly, today is the last day to get 2 free stamp sets and 16 free card pieces if you sign up under me on Team Candy Stampers with Stampin' Up. So join my team, be a demonstrator. Stampin' Up is offering this through today. They do have 2 stamp sets already chosen. If it's something that you're interested in, just send me an email, send me a private message. I am happy to talk with you, but we would want to do that tonight before it gets too late. Again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your designer series paper projects and your cute little candy projects. And join me next week for the 411 on our next stamping project. Thank you and bye.